Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here, your source for gaming tech, emulation, and open source news. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, another absolutely gorgeous day, still camping here, and well, you can obviously tell I'm still camping. Maybe you can't. The trail around right now is very popular with birders and bird watching. There's actually a lot of people on the trail this early in the morning. Very surprised about that. But anyways, we've got a lot of news to go over. I've got to keep this video length down because my signal is not the greatest. It takes forever to upload a video. So I'm going to fly through a whole bunch of things real quick here. So I guess we can just flat out buckle up. Don't think I'm going to do that. Anyways, nothing overly serious in this video. So first up, we're talking about PlayStation Portable emulation with PPSSPP. And PPSSPP just got a brand new update. So at the time of filming, PPSSPP version 1.20.4 is the latest and greatest update. And they say here it's an unusually big follow-up release, big enough to get its own announcement page. Given the recent development in the ad hoc multiplayer space, we needed to get something out to cover the long gap to 1.21, which is planned for Christmas. They go on to say here, the biggest change is that ad hoc servers can now have live statuses displayed directly in the app, where you can see what games are being played and by who. But not all servers support this just yet. On top of that, there's UI improvements. They say our retro achievement support can now handle subsets in a better way. And there's also new features here. 7-zip files can now be automatically decompressed. Additionally, they say deep links are now supported on iOS, and this may be useful for some front-end users. They've got some bug fixes and even more. A big, great update for PPSSPP. And speaking about, I don't know, great stuff. Next up, we're talking about Ruffle. For those who are unaware, Ruffle is an Adobe Flash Player emulator written in Rust. And Ruffle just got a brand new update to version 0.2.0. Now, we've talked about Ruffle a number of times on this channel, and it's been in pre-release status. Taking a look on their GitHub here, though, they say release version 0.2.0. This is the first Ruffle release. Yay! So it looks like a very bright future for Ruffle here, and if you're interested and wanted to learn more about it, like everything we talk about, links are within that GitHub link in the bottom of the description below. I don't hide my sources. And speaking about new releases on GitHub, next up here we're talking about PlayStation 2 emulation on Android with NetherSX2 Turnip. Now, NetherSX2 Turnip is a fork of NetherSX2 with some turnip stuff and some other stuff baked in. It is geared towards Snapdragon CPUs. So taking a look here, or if you want to be super specific, chips with Adreno GPUs. So anyways, taking a look here, version 0.5 is the latest and greatest update. And they say here, updated Adreno 8XX and everything else driver to Mr. Purple T28. On top of that, there's some fixes, and use Mr. Purple T24 for Snapdragon 7S Gen 3 and 4. Drivers added based on test from all the testing that has happened in the issues section. If you are interested, you know where the links are. And speaking about forks that may confuse you, next up here we're talking about BannerHub. And BannerHub has a brand new flavor that has just released. So at the time of filming, BannerHub V6 1.3.0 has just dropped. Taking a look here, they say that this is a patched build of Xiaoji's GameHub. I might have mispronounced that, which is Wine Box 64 FX front end for running Windows games on Android. V6 is built on GameHub 6.0.4, and there's no login, import and play your games with no account. Curated component backend, handpicked DXVK, VKD3D, Proton, Box 64 FX, and Mesa Turnip drivers. 9+9 variants installed side by side, and privacy hardened, upstream telemetry and analytics stripped at the bytecode level. Now here's where I'd say things get a little bit more confusing. So BannerHub V6 does not replace BannerHub 3.7 or BannerHub Lite. They are separate projects. BannerHub 3.7.x built from GameHub 5.3.5 revamped project by Playday. And BannerHub Lite is built from GameHub Lite by Productivity. So while I'd say the naming convention here for BannerHub is a little bit confusing, at the same time, at least there's different options available. And if you're interested and wanted to learn more about it, you know where the links are. And speaking about stuff for Android and stuff I might mispronounce, next up here we're talking about the Argosy Launcher. This is a gamepad-first Android launcher for retro gaming handhelds with native ROM-M integration. Sync your entire game library from your self-hosted ROM-M server. Download games and BIOS files on demand. Track your achievements, play across devices with automatic save sync, and even more. And Argosy Launcher just got a brand new update. So at the time of filming here, Argosy Launcher version 1.6.4 is the latest and greatest update. And I have just lost full cell signal, so I can't see the full update anymore, but well, it's there. But moving on from that segment, and next up here, we're talking about something where I actually still have notes for. We're talking about LaunchBox. So LaunchBox version 13.27 is the latest and greatest update. Look how beautiful that is behind me there. Anyways, for those who are unaware, LaunchBox is an emulation front end for both Android and PC. And they say here 13.27 is one of those updates where a lot of familiar parts of LaunchBox just got smarter, safer, and smoother to use. Whether you're chasing achievements, protecting saves, setting up a new library, or just browsing from your couch, there's something here for you. So taking a look, retro achievements just got a big update for them. Save management got an upgrade. On top of that, setup and imports are now easier to follow. Game details and media feels faster and more useful. There were bug fixes and even more. And on top of that, they say system tray support is now free. System tray support is now free for all users, for all you who like keeping LaunchBox running quietly in the background without taking up taskbar space. This one's for you. Next up, we're shifting from software to hardware and talking about the Steam frame. Now, we still don't know the pricing on the Steam frame here, and interestingly, the Steam machine, I don't even know what we're talking about just yet, to be honest with you. So there's been a lot of chatter about the pricing of the Steam frame and Steam machine, and there's an interesting post up on Reddit Steam machine. And it's titled, "A new update to the source code suggests the price of the machine or frame will exceed €1,000 in price." So we don't exactly know what that means just yet, but there's a lot of speculation that this might be a bundle and including everything to be over €1,000. Or if it's just one version of the Steam machine to be over €1,000. We don't know just yet. But brace yourselves if you're thinking that this thing is going to be super cheap and super affordable for everyone, speaking of the Steam frame. Or Steam machine, I don't even know yet. We're waiting for Valve to give us prices. Realistically, at this point in time, all we can really do is just wait. Next up here, we're switching back to emulation, and we're talking about GooseStation, which is PlayStation 1 emulation, and basically a user-created version or fork of DuckStation meant for RetroArch. Anyways, here, GooseStation Builder got a brand new update to include even more stuff. So at the time of filming, GooseStation version 0.2 is the latest and greatest. In this update, there's a few fixes here. They've added macOS build support and also added in Nintendo Switch build support. And speaking about support, next up we're talking about handhelds. So we're going from software to hardware, but also talking about software. We're talking about the Anbernic RG DS. And Anbernic, out of nowhere, has just introduced Linux support for the RGDS. They've got a YouTube video showcasing this, and this is a good move by Anbernic here and may restore even more faith, or may grow even more faith with their community, given the fact that they're still supporting their devices well after launch. In my opinion here, realistically, they need to get the software support done out of the gate on these things, but then maybe even work with the community to release a custom version of their software right out of the gate. Anyways, here it's good to see. And next up, we're talking about hardware as well, and also naming of stuff. And we're talking about Xbox. And to me, this one is super interesting because the name of Xbox, maybe not the name, but the capitalization of Xbox was decided by less than 20,000 people. So Ashish Sharma on Twitter says here in a poll, Xbox or Xbox in all capitals, and 19,176 votes came in, and 64.8% of people were in favor of the all capital version of Xbox. And that's what it is now. So less than 20,000 people have decided the future of the Xbox naming. Really interesting. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Now, I've seen a number of different takes about this one. Some people are excited and saying, wow, it's nice to see Xbox listening to the community. Other people are a little bit skeptical of it, and for me, I just think it's a marketing stint. I mean, not even 20,000 votes here, just a hair over 19,000, and that determines the capitalization of Xbox. So whether it's just the X in Xbox is a capital or all of Xbox being capital letters here, it's just, I don't know, it's a very weird thing overall, but who knows if it sticks or who knows if it doesn't. Let me know your thoughts. And speaking about hardware and names, I probably should have done this segment right, oh sorry, that was a bug that flew right in my face. I probably should have done this segment right after the Anbernic stuff, but anyways, next up here, we're talking about Ayaneo. And Ayaneo, a brand new product for Ayaneo, might have just leaked called the Pocket Block. And it's being speculated that this is going to be smaller and cheaper. Based on the pictures of this thing, well, I'm hoping it's going to be cheaper. It doesn't have any joysticks on it. It's basically just a glorified Game Boy, and well, I shouldn't say basically, because one of my favorite handhelds is in a very similar form factor. Anyways, I'm looking forward to the form factor. I'm not being negative about this one at all. I'm just hoping about the price and support of this thing. But at the same time, let me know your thoughts on this one once you've seen the pictures. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a price point or release date for you just yet, but knowing Ayaneo, we're going to find out more information very soon. I'm really curious about the screen in this one and also the power behind it. Hopefully it turns out to be a pretty cool thing. And speaking about pretty cool stuff, next up we're kind of talking about the exact opposite. We're talking about LEGO 2K Drive. Now, we talked about LEGO 2K Drive when it was announced, when it was released a few years back. And it seems it wasn't really up my alley, but it was up a lot of people's alleys. So taking a look here, I don't know, maybe it was up yours. Let me know your thoughts. But anyways, here, just taking a look, there's a headline here on Video Games Chronicle. You only have 4 more days to buy LEGO 2K Drive before it's delisted. The game is shutting down on May 19th, and at the time of filming, that's 3 days. 2 days, 2.5, I don't know, whatever, 2 days-ish. It's May 17th, so all day May 17th, all day May 18th, and maybe all day May 19th. Anyways, here, this is, oh, wait. Yeah, and the servers here are being shut down on May 31st. So all multiplayer servers for LEGO 2K Drive will be shut down on May 31st. At that time, all game functions requiring online servers will no longer function. I don't even know if it's worth buying then, because what's the point? Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this one, and this is stuff I absolutely hate to see. It does seem that single player and open world stuff is still functional in the offline version of the game, but at the same time, I mean, the game was just released a few years back. It was released in 3 years back, 2023. So 3 years and that's it. And speaking about racing games, last up here, we're talking about Forza Horizon 6. We've been talking about Forza quite a bit here, and well, it turns out, at least according to the latest reports here, that Forza Horizon 6 has made over $140 million from the premium edition. And this game right now is still only in early access. On top of that, there's also reports here that the game has surpassed 1 million players before launch. So this seems to be a pretty smash success overall. I've seen in the comments that some people are really happy with this one. I still haven't checked it out yet, but it's definitely on my radar. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. I shouldn't say that. You might have seen some birds in the background here. The zoom I have on my camera isn't the best for picking up birds, so I don't know, maybe you'll see one flying around there. We talked about a bunch today. Feel free to discuss anything we talked about in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. Check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate. Save your state.